In the not-so-distant future, Earth found itself facing an unprecedented crisis. Global warming, overpopulation, and dwindling resources had pushed humanity to the brink of collapse. Amidst this turmoil, an unexpected solar flare caused a massive solar explosion, catching scientists and governments unprepared. The resulting electromagnetic pulse rendered all electronic devices useless, plunging the world into darkness and chaos. Despair gripped the hearts of billions as the very fabric of modern society began to disintegrate. In this bleak new world, scientists scrambled to find alternative energy sources to replace the technology that had been rendered obsolete. Despite their tireless efforts, no viable solution was found, and humanity seemed doomed to return to a pre-industrial era. Amidst the chaos, a reclusive and eccentric inventor named Elvin Howard toiled away in his makeshift laboratory. A tall, lanky man with unkempt hair and a wild beard, Elvin had always been considered a bit of an outcast. He preferred the company of his inventions to that of other people and had dedicated his life to the study of a mysterious phenomenon known as quantum ripples. Although his research had been dismissed by the mainstream scientific community, Elvin remained undeterred, convinced that there was a greater truth waiting to be discovered. As the world around him crumbled, Elvin continued his experiments, certain that understanding quantum ripples could hold the key to saving humanity. His obsession led him to work long hours, often forgetting to eat or sleep. The few people who still knew of his existence believed him to be mad, and they whispered about the crazy old inventor who had lost touch with reality. Little did they know, Elvin's tireless dedication would soon lead him to a discovery that could change the course of human history. Elvin's fascination with quantum ripples stemmed from his childhood when he'd first read about the phenomenon in a dusty, old science book. He'd been captivated by the idea of harnessing the seemingly chaotic and unpredictable nature of these ripples, despite the skepticism of his peers and the scientific community. As the solar explosion wreaked havoc on Earth, Elvin found himself hunched over his laboratory equipment, completely oblivious to the chaos outside. He was conducting an experiment aimed at stabilizing and controlling the energy of quantum ripples when the solar explosion occurred. To his astonishment, his equipment detected a sudden surge in quantum ripple activity that coincided with the solar event. As Elvin studied the data, he realized that the energy released by the solar explosion and quantum ripples were inexplicably connected. He began to theorize that if this connection could be harnessed and controlled, the energy from the solar explosion could be transformed into usable electricity for Earth, potentially saving humanity from descending into darkness. Driven by this newfound discovery, Elvin dedicated himself to further understanding this connection and devising a means to harness its power. He spent countless sleepless nights poring over scientific journals and performing countless experiments, refining his understanding of quantum ripples and their relationship with the solar explosion. Throughout this process, Elvin encountered numerous setbacks and failures, but he remained undeterred. He knew that the fate of humanity hung in the balance and that only through perseverance could he unlock the secrets of the quantum ripples and the solar explosion. It was this unyielding determination that would ultimately lead Elvin to create a groundbreaking device, one that could change the course of human history forever. Despite being ridiculed and dismissed by the scientific community, Elvin persevered in his research. He knew that he was on the brink of a groundbreaking discovery, one that could potentially save humanity from the darkness that had befallen them. Unfazed by the naysayers, Elvin poured his heart and soul into his work, driven by the hope that his invention could make a difference in the lives of billions. Working tirelessly in his cluttered laboratory, Elvin spent months refining his ideas and designs, his every waking moment consumed by the pursuit of a solution. His social life and personal relationships suffered, but he pressed on, his eyes always on the prize. In his desperate attempt to prove his theory, Elvin finally managed to create a device he called the solar ripple converter. A remarkable piece of engineering, the solar ripple converter was designed to capture the energy released by the solar explosion and convert it into usable power. The device utilized an array of specially designed sensors that detected and harnessed the quantum ripples created by the solar event, transforming the chaotic energy into a stable and sustainable power source. At first, Elvin's invention was met with skepticism and doubt. Critics argued that his device was nothing more than a pipe dream, a product of a deranged mind that had lost touch with reality. But Elvin remained steadfast in his belief, determined to prove the efficacy of the solar ripple converter to the world. With each successful test, Elvin's confidence grew, and he began to share his findings with a select group of fellow scientists and engineers. As the evidence mounted, even the harshest critics began to take notice. The solar ripple converter, once dismissed as the delusion of a madman, was now gaining traction as a viable solution to the energy crisis facing humanity. And it was Elvin's unwavering dedication and belief in his work that would ultimately pave the way for a brighter future for all. Upon successfully restoring power to a small, remote town that had been plunged into darkness and despair, Elvin's invention became the beacon of hope people so desperately needed. Word of his miraculous feat spread like wildfire, and soon the news reached the ears of the global scientific community. This once abandoned town, now a shining example of resilience and innovation, stood in stark contrast to the grim reality faced by the rest of the world since the solar explosion. Scientists worldwide began to study Elvin's theories with great interest, recognizing the potential of the solar ripple converter to address the global energy crisis. Teams of experts collaborated to refine and improve upon Elvin's initial design, optimizing the converter for mass production and distribution. As thousands of solar ripple converters were built and installed across the globe, the once darkened cities and towns began to light up again, their streets and homes filled with warmth and hope. The stark difference between the desolation that had followed the solar explosion and the restored vitality was a testament to Elvin's unwavering determination and the power of human ingenuity. Under Elvin's guidance, humanity came together, united by a shared goal of harnessing the energy of the solar explosion to rebuild their civilization. With each passing day, the world began to heal, as factories resumed production, hospitals reopened their doors, and schools welcomed back their eager students. The solar ripple converters had breathed new life into a world that had been on the brink of collapse. As people looked back on the devastation wrought by the solar explosion, they couldn't help but marvel at how far they had come. Thanks to Elvin's invention and the collective efforts of scientists and engineers across the globe, humanity had risen from the ashes, stronger and more determined than ever to forge a brighter, more sustainable future. One day, as Elvin was demonstrating the solar ripple converter to a group of fellow scientists, an unexpected phenomenon occurred. A nearby ancient monument began to emit a strange, pulsating glow that matched the rhythm of his device. This mysterious event captured the attention of researchers around the world and hinted at a potential connection between Elvin's invention and the ancient structures. Elvin, the inventor of the solar ripple converter, found himself at the forefront of this new era of discovery. His unique understanding of quantum ripples and solar energy made him an invaluable asset in the investigation of these alien relics. Elvin was invited to join a team of renowned archaeologists, scientists, and engineers in their quest to uncover the secrets of these ancient monuments and the advanced civilization that had built them. As the team explored the hidden chambers and passageways within these structures, Elvin's expertise in solar energy proved to be instrumental in deciphering the alien technology. His keen intuition and knowledge of quantum ripples allowed him to identify and unlock the potential of the advanced machinery hidden within the ancient sites. Elvin's involvement in the research brought him a newfound sense of purpose and belonging. The once reclusive inventor, who had been ridiculed and dismissed by the scientific community, now found himself at the center of the most significant archaeological discovery in human history. The validation and respect he received from his peers fueled his passion for unearthing the secrets of the ancient alien civilization. Working closely with the team, Elvin helped to develop new technologies and innovations inspired by the alien relics. As humanity continued to reconstruct their world and expand their knowledge of solar energy, they began to incorporate these new discoveries into their daily lives, further revolutionizing their society. Emboldened by the wisdom of a civilization that had mastered the power of the sun, and with Elvin's guidance and expertise, humanity embarked on a new era of innovation, exploration, and unity. Together, they sought to honor the legacy of their extraterrestrial benefactors and chart a course towards a brighter, more sustainable future for all. Thank you for watching. You could download the vocabulary PDF below. To stay up to date on our future videos, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and let us know what you think in the comments below.